Well, I wrote this book because I wanted to understand what happened in America after September 11, because when you go back and look at the response, you notice something really strange. So much of the reaction has very little to do with the attack.
11 september 2001. USA är attackerat och världen är chockad. Samma eftermiddag ringer en reporter hem till Susan Faludi och hon får en första aning om vad som ska komma.
He asked me a few vague questions, and then all of a sudden he burst out and said, in a somewhat gleeful tone, well, this sure pushes feminism off the map. I wish I could say, like, on September 12th, I put it all together, but it took several years of gathering string and thinking about this. And oddly enough, my eureka moment came in when I was in Sweden. I was visiting here in the summer of 2005 when the terrorist bombing of the British subways happened. So I was reading the British newspapers and listening to BBC. And it's then that it struck me that the British and American response were so different. You didn't see any of this, British women will go back to the home and start making crumpets and, making tea for their husbands. Or there was none of that kind of gendered reaction.
För att förstå varför feminismen nu angreps i hennes hemland och varför förlegade könsideal åter hyllades började hon gräva bakåt till nybyggartiden i USA på 1600- och 1700-talet. I sin bok visar Susan Faludi hur männen då ofta misslyckades med att försvara sina kvinnor mot den indianska ursprungsbefolkningen. Hon hävdar att det är skammen från dess som har skapat USAs, vad hon tycker, förvrängda självbild idag.
Over the course of more than a century, beginning in the 18th century and sort of culminating at the end of the Victorian era, American culture responded to this sort of shaming experience by creating a myth of America as a place of triumphal masculine rescue, as an unassailable nation. And so our journalists, our novelists, our politicians created this mythology.
Nu är det 1 år sedan den amerikanska mardrömmen kom ut i USA. Författaren tycker inte att så mycket har hänt sedan dess. Myten är fortfarande vid liv. Men kanske är någonting på gång nu.
The problem is this myth never really goes away. And you could certainly see it playing out in the 2008 presidential race, which is shaped up into quite a referendum on this American myth of the invincible nation. So you have, on one hand, you have the Democratic candidates questioning it. From the beginning, Hillary Clinton was saying, if you elect me, this will be the end of cowboy diplomacy. And then you have Barack Obama, who rather bravely has refused to engage in this kind of swaggering John Wayne macho symbolism. He may be one of the first male politicians to be so clear about that. It's a good sign. Of course, we haven't had the election yet, so I'm not sure how the American electorate is going to react.